ready, join me in a seat on a blanket or a pillow, just for a little extra padding under the hips. You can take a cross-legged position or butterfly or anything else that feels good to you today. And as you begin to settle in your seated shape on your pillow or your blanket, begin to bring awareness to your breath, maybe closing the eyes and breathing in and out through the nose, slow and steady, feeling that rise and fall of breath in the body, just like waves. And maybe begin to notice all the sensations, all the little movements in the body just from breath. Maybe we notice the belly expand or the heart space lift. Maybe as we exhale, we feel the shoulders drop or the navel draw in, or maybe we even feel the breath on the top lip. And just begin to get present with the physical sensations in the body. Taking just a few more moments to get really grounded, centered, and present in the body right here. One more really big full deep breath in. Imagine filling up from your seat all the way to the crown of the head, getting a little taller. And as you exhale, imagine settling back down into the body and releasing tension, softening the forehead, the corners of the eyes, maybe unclenching the jaw, letting the shoulders fall and the hands stay heavy on the lap. One more breath in and we might open the eyes. And as we exhale, bring the chin to the chest, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips with a nice long neutral spine. Drawing the belly button just slightly up and in, feeling that stretch down the back of the neck and between the shoulders. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder, let the right shoulder stay heavy. Pause to feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder, let the left shoulder be heavy or maybe even draw slightly down, feeling the stretch on the left side of the neck. Exhale, chin to chest, moving with breath just side to side. And the next time we have the chin centered, pause and float the crown of the head up. Rolling the shoulders down, we're going to reach the arms out to the left and right. Hands are about in line with the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide, making the biggest handprints you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Keep the belly button drawn just slightly up and in to support the low back. On your breath in, rotate the palms up. As you exhale, rotate the palms back. Keep moving with breath as we slowly make our way back down to fingers on the lap, legs, or floor. Sitting up tall, feeling that stretch and that rotation. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and adjust our seated shape. If we're not in a cross-legged position, we're going to take the right leg in front and sit cross-legged. Bring the hands to the thighs, gently pressing into the legs. Think about lengthening the spine. Big breath in, and on the exhale, I'm going to bend the left elbow and start leaning the upper body to the left. You can take the left hand to the leg or the elbow to the leg or even the hand to the floor. And I'm going to gently press into that right leg so that I'm not lifting the right hip off of the blanket or the pillow. Starting to feel a stretch on the back of the right hip and the low back on the right. You can look forward or slightly down and to the left. And just breathe here. If you notice your right shoulder is rolling forward, try to roll it back. Keep the shoulders and the hips in line. On the inhale, start to bring the heart space forward. Take the left hand to the left leg. As we exhale, we come back. We're drawing seated circles clockwise. You can make them real wavy, real big, real slow. If you find a spot that feels like a good stretch and you want to just like, ooh, hang out there for a second, go for it. And when you're ready, come back to center. One more more time, sitting up tall. As we exhale, I'm going to take the hands to the left for a seated twist to the left. So the left hand comes onto the floor, and the right hand might find the left leg. Look back over the left shoulder, soften the low back, low belly, and breathe here. Slowly coming back to center with the right leg still in front. I'm going to press the hands into the legs one more time, lengthening the spine, sitting up tall. And instead of leaning left, I'm going to rotate the upper body to the left. So my midline of the upper body aims out over the left knee. Keeping the right hand on the leg, I'm going to hinge forward. Imagine bringing the heart space over the left knee. You can take that left arm to the leg or to the floor. We're looking for a deeper stretch on the back of the right hip and in the low back. Slowly untwist and come back to center. We're going to switch the cross on the legs and take the left leg in front from our cross-legged shape. I'm still sitting on that blanket or pillow. Taking the hands to the thighs, sitting up tall, big breath in on the exhale. I'm going to bend the right elbow and lean to the right. You can take the hand to the leg, the arm to the leg, or the hand to the floor. If the left hip starts to lift, I'm going to gently press the left palm down and try to let that left hip just get heavy and soften down into that pillow, lengthening on the low back or the back of the hip on the left. Roll that left shoulder back, try to keep the shoulder and the hip in line. You can look forward or down into the right. Slowly start to come forward, bring the right hand to the right leg, move counterclockwise for our seated circles in the second direction. And again, when you're ready, come back to center. Big breath in, sitting up tall. I'm going to take the hands over to the right for a seated twist to the right. So the right hand comes to the floor and the left hand will find the right knee. Big breath in, sit up tall as we exhale. Look over the right side. Soften in the low back and the belly and just kind of sink or settle into this deep spinal twist. Continue breathing in and out through the nose, slow and steady. Twist, coming back to center one more time, palms to the thighs, sitting up tall, big breath in, and we're going to rotate on the exhale, the midline of the upper body to face over the right knee. Keeping the left hand on the leg, I'm going to hinge forward, think about bringing the heart space over the right knee. You can leave the right hand on the leg, bring the elbow to the leg, or bring the hand to the floor. You might even look over that right shoulder to bring the twist all the way up into the cervical spine and the neck. Slowly untwist and come back up to center. Cross the legs and bring the feet to the floor with the knees bent. Still on my blanket or on my pillow. And I'm going to take the knuckles to the floor behind me with the thumbs facing towards my back. I'm going to walk the feet mat width and I'm going to press into the knuckles, sitting up tall, rolling the shoulders towards each other and really nice and open, bright across the chest. Feet are mat width. Big breath in on the exhale. I'm going to let both knees fall to the right. As I let the left knee fall in and down towards the imaginary midline on my mat, I'm looking for a stretch from the left hip all the way down the leg towards the knee. To deepen the twist, sitting up, pressing To deepen the twist, pressing into the knuckles, big breath in on the exhale, roll the left shoulder back by bending the elbow just a little, and try to square up your shoulders straight forward. Slowly bringing the knees back to center, making any adjustments to the hands or foot placement. Big breath in, nice and bright across the chest. As we exhale, the knees fall gently to the left. So again, as the right knee presses in and down, I'm looking for a sensation of stretch in the right, from the hip all the way down to the knee. Knuckles are on the ground. I'm staying open across the chest, trying not to round here. And if you'd like to deepen, bend the right elbow, roll the right shoulder back. Hold here, continuing to breathe. Slowly coming back to center. Big breath in on the exhale. The knees are going to fall to the right once again. And I'm going to come up off of the hands. I'm going to rotate the right fingers to point to the right, and I'm going to find the floor next to the hip. Reach the left arm out, big breath in. Start to rotate that left hip forward by engaging the left glutes, and reach the left arm to the right. So all 10 fingers are reaching to the right, and you can keep the arm elevated, hand in line with the shoulder or reaching slightly down, or you can bring that left hand to the knee and look over the right shoulder. Soften the low back, the belly. Gently begin to untwist, come back to center. Reset, knuckles down, feet mat width. Big breath in on the exhale, let the knees fall to the left. We're gonna sit up. Rotate the left fingers to the left. Find the floor next to the hip. Reach the right arm out, start to engage the right glutes. Rotate that right hip forward and reach the right arm to the left. So all 10 fingers are reaching to the left. Roll the shoulder down, maybe we have the hand in line with the shoulder, slightly lower, or take the right hand to the knee and look over your left shoulder. Soften the low back and the belly and just kind of settle in. Slowly untwist, coming back to center. With the feet on the floor and the knees bent, I'm going to take the feet together and let the knees fall open to the left and right for a butterfly shape. I'm still sitting on my blanket or my pillow, a little extra cushion under the hips. You can have the heels pretty close to the hips or a bit further out, whatever feels good for you today. And I'm just going to settle in with the shape for a few breaths. If I'm actively holding the hips and the knees up, with every exhale, I'm going to try to let them fall and just hang wherever they land. You can take the hands to the knees. Big breath in on the exhale. Press the feet together and also use the strength of the adductors, your inner thigh muscles, to press the knees down. I'm holding somewhere between the knees and the toes. Long spine, big breath in, and on the exhale, hinge forward. So I want to hinge from the hips instead of rounding from the mid-back. So we're hinging forward, pressing the feet together, pressing the knees open, and imagine reaching the crown of the head away from the seat. Neutral all the way through the neck. With every inhale, imagine lengthening. With every exhale, imagine softening, even if it's just unclenching the jaw or softening the face or the eyes. Big breath in on the exhale. Slowly make your way back upright. Taking the hands to the knees. One more breath in, and on the exhale, I'm going to round the spine and tuck the chin towards the chest. Think about moving the shoulders away from each other and kind of puffing up the space between the shoulders. As we inhale, I come back up through neutral. I roll the shoulders towards each other. I lift the chest. I lift the chin. I stretch the belly and the front side of the body. Move with breath. Exhaling back. And inhaling forward. And when you're ready, come back to center. Take the hands to the outside of the knees and gently close, bringing the feet to the floor. And extend the right leg forward. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, keeping the left foot flexed. And once again, take the knuckles down behind me, thumbs facing towards the hips. Pressing into the knuckles, bright open across the chest. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other on the back. Keeping the hips grounded on either the blanket or the pillow, we want to make sure they don't come up. As we exhale, start to bend that right knee and press the belly and the legs towards each other. Keeping the chest and the heart space open. Bring the collarbones, the chest. Keeping the chest nice and open. Slowly draw it in towards the left shin. We're looking for a stretch in the outside of the left hip, kind of by your back jean pocket, down the leg. Big breath in as we exhale. I'm going to let the knees fall gently to the right. I've got the left foot on the floor, and I'm going to open the right foot out just enough that I'm not sitting on that right foot. Take the hands to the front of the left knee, roll the shoulders down, sit up tall, and imagine drawing that left knee in towards the right shoulder across the body. I'm sitting pretty heavily on the bottom right leg, and I want to imagine shifting equal weight through both hips. Let that left hip start to sink down as we draw the left knee towards the right shoulder. Sitting up tall, shoulders over the hips. Gently release the hands, and we're going to find a twist to the left. One option here is left hand on the floor, right arm wraps around the left knee to draw it in. Another option is to take the right arm between the left thigh and the chest. Taking your seated twist to the left, look over the left shoulder. Slowly untwist. Grab either a pillow or a bolster and bring it in front of me. Take my top left knee. I'm going to lift it, send it to the left and back. I have the right knee in front, the left leg is extended behind. You're welcome to take that blanket or pad under that back left knee and uncurl so the top of the foot is on the floor. You can keep the right knee pointing forward. You can open the right foot so that the knee points to the right and the shin is more parallel to the bolster. Bringing the palms to the floor, I encourage you to shift around a little bit here, left and right, and find exactly that sweet spot that gives you the stretch in the right hip and in the left hip flexor or quad that feels good. When you found it, on your exhale, we're gonna come down onto the pillow or the folded up blanket and let that support the weight of the upper body. You can take the arms under the blanket and maybe take the left ear to the bolster. Once you're settled here, have a really big full deep breath in and out. Take as many more of those big, full, deep breaths in and out as you like. And when you're ready, return to your slow, steady breath in and out through the nose. A big, full, deep breath in, all the way out. Curl the back left toes. Gently start to lift the head. I'm going to press into the hands, coming up slowly. I'm going to shift over into that right hip, and I'm going to swing the left leg forward. I'm going to move my bolster out of the way. You're welcome to sit on your blanket again, or your pillow. And we've got the left leg out long. I'm going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh and bring the knuckles to the floor behind me. Keeping the right foot flexed, keeping the hips grounded either on the blanket, the pillow, or the mat. I'm going to begin to bend the left knee and press the chest and the heart space forward towards the right shin. Looking for a stretch in the right leg from like the jean pocket, the back jean pocket down. Big breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to let the knees fall to the left. Sitting up, coming off of the hands. The right knee is up. I'm going to make sure that I'm not sitting on that left foot, but that I've moved it out of the way. And again, now my right hip is high. So just sitting here for a moment, big breath in on the exhale. I'm going to shift a little more weight into that right hip. Think about equal weight through both hips. Interlacing the hands on the front of the right knee, sit up tall, roll the shoulders down, and think about drawing that right knee across and in towards the left shoulder. Gently releasing the hands. We're going to take a twist to the right, taking the right hand to the floor and either wrapping the left arm around the right knee to hug it in, or threading the left arm between the right knee and the chest. Sitting up, long spine. On your exhale, look over the right shoulder. Slowly untwisting and coming back to center. Once again, I'm going to get my bolster and set it up in front of me. And then I'm going to take the right leg, lift, send it to the right and back. I'm going to take this blanket under the right knee and then untuck for the top of the right foot on the mat. The left knee can be pointed forward or a little out to the left. You can have this left foot under the right hip, or you can flex and open out for a deeper stretch here in our pigeon. Sitting up, I encourage you to shift around a little bit, find exactly that sweet spot, that balance between left hip and right hip flexor. And whenever you're ready, big breath in on the exhale. Slowly roll down onto your pillow or bolster or blanket, taking the right ear down to the bolster this time. As you begin to settle in, I invite you to have a really big, full, deep breath in. Fill the belly, fill the lungs, fill all the way up. And as you exhale, let yourself soften and sink down into the pillow a little more. Have a big, full, deep breath in, all the way out. Curl those back right toes, bring the chin to center. Slowly begin to press yourself up and shift over into that left hip to bring the right knee forward. I'm going to move my pillow or bolster out of the way, and I'm going to take that blanket near the knees for tabletop. The knees are hip width, the toes are curled or tops of the feet on the mat, and the hands are right under the shoulders. Pressing into the hands, lifting the belly button so we're not dipping or arching the low back. Bring the chin in and down. Big breath in on the exhale, round the spine. Let the crown of the head face the floor. Lift the navel towards the spine, spine sky high, pressing the mat away from us. And on the inhale, we reverse. Draw the heart space forward, the chin forward, and the tailbone back rather than up. Move with your breath, slow and steady. Inhaling for cow, and exhaling for cat. And when you are ready, coming back to our neutral spine, tabletop shape. Bend the left elbow, dropping the left elbow towards the mat. It may come all the way down, it may not. As I straighten the right arm and look over the right shoulder, I'm twisting in the mid and low back. Hold here. Slowly straightening the left arm, coming back to tabletop, big breath in on the exhale. I'm going to bend the right elbow. It might come all the way down, it might not. Straighten the left arm, look over the left side, and hold, breathing slow and steady. Straightening the right arm and coming back to tabletop. I'm going to swing the legs around, either left or right, and I'm going to come back into a seat on either my blanket or my pillow. Extend the legs out, keeping a bend in the knees and the heels on the floor with the toes flexed. I'm going to sit up tall and I'm going to hinge forward. I'm going to bring the belly to the thighs, and I'm going to wrap the hands over the toes and the balls of the feet. Rolling the shoulders down, big breath in, press the belly to the thighs, long spine. On the exhale, I'm going to round the spine, and I'm going to press the toes forward, bringing the nose towards the knees. Slowly start to flex the feet, bring the toes back towards the shins. We sit up tall and bring the belly to the thighs. I'm going to demonstrate this with the legs a little straighter so you can see the shape just one other way. If the legs are straight or mostly straight, we're hinging forward. We've got the hands over the balls of the feet and the toes. Big breath in, lengthen, gentle bend in the knees. And on the exhale, I'm rounding back and pressing the balls of the feet away from the knees, stretching the spine, stretching the sides, stretching the whole back and the legs. And then flexing the feet, drawing the belly forward towards the thighs and lengthening. Gently roll back upright, releasing the feet. I'm going to bring the feet to the floor. Knees are bent. I'm going to come off of my blanket or pillow, and I'm going to bring a big rolled up comforter or a pillow or a bolster under the back of the knees and slowly roll down onto my back. Once I'm on the floor, I'm going to walk the feet mat width and let the knees fall in like a triangle or an A-frame. They might touch, they might not, but the knees are falling in and the feet are wider than the knees. You can take the arms out, you can take the hands to the belly or the heart. Have a few slow, full, deep breaths here, letting the low back release, feeling that beautiful internal rotation in the hips. This is a great place to have some big belly breaths. In and out through the nose. When you're ready, slowly walk the feet back in towards the midline, and we're going to step the feet up onto the pillow. I'm going to grab a strap or a belt, and I'm going to take it to the front of the right shin, just below the knee, holding one end in each hand, and let that foot come back down onto the bolster. I'm going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh, keeping the left foot flexed. Big breath in, roll the shoulders and the head down to the mat. Make sure we're not rounding and lifting here. And on the exhale, draw the legs towards the belly. The left foot stays flexed, the right foot can relax. If this is uncomfortable on the right knee, you can take the strap behind the thigh instead. Big breath in. On the exhale, release that right foot down. I'm going to unthread the strap, set it to the side for just a moment, and then I'm going to cross that left knee on top of the right knee. Taking the arms out, palms up, I'm going to walk the right foot to the left edge of my blanket roll or bolster. Big breath in, and on the exhale, I'm going to let the knees fall to the right. Try to let that left shoulder stay heavy so the chest is facing up and the legs and the lower body are gently falling out and down to the right. Once you've settled here, have another really big full deep breath in. Fill the belly, fill the chest, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, soften, settle, and sink in. Big full deep breath in. On the exhale, use the exhale, the contraction of core, to bring the knees back to center safely. I'm going to uncross the legs, come back to the midline on my bolster, and I'm going to get my strap once again, either on the front of the left shin just below the knee or behind the left thigh. I'm going to take the left foot back down to the bolster, one end of the strap in each hand, and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. I'm keeping the right foot flexed, shoulders and head roll down. Big breath in. On the exhale, draw the legs down towards the chest, towards the belly. Left ankle, left foot can relax. Think about lengthening on the back side of the body. Head, back of the shoulders, spine, back of the hips, nice and heavy here. Big breath in. On an exhale, release that left foot back down onto the blanket roll or pillow. We're going to unthread, set your strap or belt off to the side, and cross the right knee over the left knee. I'm going to take the arms out, palms up, and walk that left foot to the right edge. Maybe scooch the hips over too. Big breath in. On the exhale, the knees fall to the left. Try to keep this right shoulder heavy. Think about the chest facing up and the lower body just gently kind of falling out and down to the left. Once you've settled and adjusted here, have a really big full deep breath in. Fill the belly, fill the chest, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, soften, settle, sink into this twist. Have a big full deep breath in. Use the exhale to bring the knees back to center safely and uncross. Take the knees together and draw the knees in. I've got the hands on the front of the knees. Keeping the knees together, I'm going to draw some circles or just simply side to side. If you're drawing circles, switch directions. Draw your circles the other way. And slowly come back to center. Bring the feet down to the floor. And however you'd like to bring that blanket roll or pillow or bolster under the back of the hips, let's do that slowly and carefully. And once again, take the feet wide and let the knees fall in like a triangle or an A-frame. Take the arms out, maybe palms up, maybe hands on the belly or the heart. Let the shoulders roll down. Feel that beautiful internal rotation in the hips and that lengthening and decompressing in the low back. Slowly begin to walk those feet back in towards the midline. I'm going to lift one foot at a time off of the floor. Take the knees wide and take the arms between the legs. I'm going to flex the feet and I'm going to hold either the outside edge of each foot or the ankle or calf. Slowly start to open the soles of the feet up as we roll the shoulders and the head down, stretching the spine. Breathe here for happy baby. Another alternative is to hold behind the back of the knees or the legs. This might feel better for you. Let the knees get heavy. They kind of parallel the sides. I don't want them pointing out to the right and left, but imagine almost like you were just going to tuck the knee right up into the armpit. Slowly let the heels come together. I'm going to release my grip from the feet and take that strap or belt one more time to the soles of the feet, right across the balls of the feet. And then I'm going to extend the legs up, holding, again, one end of the strap in each hand. You can have a big bend in the knees, or you can have the knees pretty straight, whatever feels good to you. And I'm going to try to float the ankles over the knees, over the hips. Shoulders and head are heavy. I'm using the strap to support here so I can kind of take some of the weight of the legs into the arms. Slowly bend the knees. We're going to remove that strap, set it off to the side, and bring those feet back down to the floor one more time. From here, if there are any other stretches, movements, or shapes that you need or that your body wants today before you'll be able to really settle in for Shavasana, feel free to find them now. Sometimes just a simple knee to the chest. Or interlacing the hands, turning the palms up and reaching the arms overhead. We'll do the trick. From here, we will transition into our final pose of our practice time together today, Shavasana. There is no right or wrong way for you to find Shavasana. It should just be really supportive and easy and pretty effortless to hold. If you want to keep the bolster under the back of the hips and take the feet wide and let the knees fall in, you can. If you want to have the feet hip width, that's fine too. If you'd like to scooch the bolster down under the back of the knees and extend the legs out long, that's another option. I encourage you to check in, see what might feel good, and try to find it. If there are any adjustments that you need to make, go ahead and do that now. And I invite you to settle in and close the eyes, having a deep breath in. Imagine filling up from the feet to the knees, to the hips, all the way up the spine, to the crown of the head, and like a balloon, all the way full and big at the edges. As we exhale, with every exhale, it's like letting a little air out of the balloon and just softening, settling, sinking into the body, into the props, into the floor. Releasing any tension, any tightness from the scalp and the forehead. Softening at the corners of the eyes. Relaxing the ears and the jaw. Releasing the shoulders, heavy past the elbows to the hands and fingers. Imagine unrolling vertebrae by vertebrae down the spine like dominoes, one falling after the other into perfect alignment. Open across the heart space, soft at the belly, heavy at the hips and the low back, the legs, the knees, and the feet. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly begin to bring awareness back to your breath, breathing in and out through the nose and just feeling the rise and fall of breath in the body. When you're ready, you might start to wiggle the fingers or the toes. You might move the wrists or the ankles. You might stretch the legs out long, stretch the arms out long, or any other movements as you reconnect with your body. Taking your time with no rush and no hurry. When you are ready, bring the feet to the floor with the knees bent and gently roll onto your right side. Pausing here for just another moment. Whenever you're ready, gently pressing your way back upright, finding any kind of seated shape on a pillow or a blanket, legs crossed or a butterfly or anything else. Taking a moment to just sit here, breathing, being present in the body on the mat. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to share practice with you. Thank you for sharing of your time and your energy and allowing me to